season right now, so it's time to have some midway fun on the ice with Frankie. And Frankie, there's a FanDuel prop bet pitting Auston Matthews versus Mitch Marner. So let's get you in front of the rollerball horse race to break this one down. I'm going to be the carney. Let's start off with who gets off to the better start. Is it going to be Matthews or Marner?
Okay, I am going to say it's going to be Auston Matthews getting off to a better start because there's an adjustment period for Mitch Marner playing for a new team in Vegas. And you can say that there's an adjustment period for Auston Matthews as well because he's not going to have his usual line mate in Mitch Marner who facilitates a lot of what he does. But I would say this, Auston Matthews is probably the healthiest he's been in a long time, having had a whole summer. So he should be ready to go. Whereas Mitch Marner, he's going to have to find a way to do what he does best under new circumstances playing for the Vegas Golden Knights.
Okay, next up, which system is better for an offensive player? Is it the Leafs or the Golden Knights?
It's a really good question. Now, in the past, I would say absolutely the Toronto Maple Leafs. Are you kidding me? Run and gun offense, get up in the rush, create as much as possible. Now these are two defensive-oriented teams. I would say Vegas does it better than Toronto does. As far as which system is going to be better, I'm going to say it's the Vegas Golden Knights based on the fact that there's still a lot of onus for the Toronto Maple Leafs to get better defensively, to put more of your priority in that regard. So that might open up Mitch Marner a little more offensively as he gets acclimated to life in Vegas.
And something about horse racing and Vegas go hand in hand. And as this race continues, Frankie, let's take a look at each player's teammates. Who has the better supporting cast? Is it Matthews or Marner?
It's got to be Mitch Marner, doesn't it? Like, he's going to a team in Vegas where he's going to play with Jack Eichel, and they're probably going to have some chemistry together. Now, it doesn't mean that the Toronto Maple Leafs are lagging far behind in who they have for Auston Matthews to contribute with, but I look at it this way. Marner was the facilitator for a lot of what Matthews did. Now, William Nylander, he likes to have the puck on his stick a lot. He's a shooter. Matthew Knies is a player in and around the front of the net, like he's jamming plays in from that area. You're putting a lot of trust in, Matias Maccelli being a guy who can contribute to Auston Matthews' success this year. I think it's easier for Mitch Marner to find finishers than it is for Auston Matthews to find facilitators this season in Toronto.
Okay, gotcha. And finally, Frankie, giddy up. Who wins the race and ends up with more points this season?
Mitch Marner by a slight margin. I know I said Auston Matthews gets off to the better start, but as time goes on, Mitch Marner will get hot on the Vegas power play. He'll find a little cohesion with Jack Eichel and other players throughout that lineup. I don't think it's a wide margin that Mitch Marner gets more points than Auston Matthews. And I'll tell you this, Auston Matthews is going to score far more goals than Mitch Marner. But when it comes to points, it should be Mitch Marner that gets a few more than Auston Matthews this season.
Okay, yeah, we're talking points here. So it will be Marner who's going to get a few more than Matthews. And Frankie, I want you to play another game with me because we're on a roll here. One more carnival game, the Hammer. So let's have you predict how much team success each player will have this year. Let's start with Matthews.
The Toronto Maple Leafs? Are you making me make a Toronto Maple Leafs playoff prediction in September? I guess I'll do it for you since we're at the Carnival.
Yeah.
I will say they get to the second round and they lose again to the Florida Panthers. And why wouldn't they? Who did the Florida Panthers lose? No one. They're just as good as they were last year when they won the Stanley Cup. And Toronto's different. Doesn't necessarily mean they're worse. They're going to have some depth. Maybe they'll take it to 7 games again. But that Florida team, when the calendar turns to April, there's something about them where they take their game to another level. I have a hard time thinking Toronto can get past them again this year. You never know. It's different for Toronto, but Florida is just so good.
Yeah, they've really made a habit of it as of late. And how about Marner and the Golden Knights? How much team success will be there?
I'm going to say the Vegas Golden Knights lose in the conference finals to the Dallas Stars. And maybe Dallas gets a little bit of a jolt here from a new coach, and Glenn Gullitson's going to be there, and there's a lot of returning players. They're going to have a full year out of Mikko Rantanen, but it just feels like at some point the Dallas Stars are way too good of a team, and they're too well built to not break through, and that would come at the expense of the Vegas Golden Knights, who get to the conference final. I'm going to say they get past the Edmonton Oilers this year, much to the chagrin of Oiler and McDavid fans, and ultimately that's where the Vegas Golden Knights season would end, the conference final. These are way too early predictions, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You've been a good sport, so we won't completely hold you to them, and we will see what happens when it's truly showtime, when the puck drops. Just don't forget the popcorn, Frankie.